Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? As usual, running just a little bit late, but we're going to get into it. We are back into it. Only Murders in the Building, Season 2, Episode 3. And the one coming down this journey with me is the one, the only, the realest, Ollie Mabel of them all. What's good, fandom?
Yo, let's get it. I was mentioning to you this earlier, like a day or two ago,
Mm-hmm.
after this stream, the previous stream. Like I saw episode 3 and 4, and oh my gosh, this season is getting better and better. I'm loving this series. I'm loving this series.
I'm telling you, dude, it's just so perfectly quirky. It's like they hit it with one, and like they keep saying, like, I think I'm really getting into this. Like they're talking about their podcast, but they're really talking about the series because it just keeps getting better and better. And it's got me so excited for season 3 already.
And I still don't even know who the damn murderer is yet. At one point, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe it's the new board president. And then literally episode 4 comes, I'm like, shit, it ain't her.
Hey, what's good, Peter Griffin? I see you out there. How you doing in your fantasy league this year? Oh,
Hey, AK, how you doing?
what? We got AK in the stream. How we feeling? How you doing? Oh, let it be known. That is amazing. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh yeah, yoy. Let's see real quick, just in case. I didn't even know you would be there like that. That's awesome. Oh, how are things in the world of you going? And how have you been keeping up in the old murders in the building? Let us know. So we're gonna get perfect. We're gonna get it started. Only Murders in the Building, Season 1, Episode 3, The Last Day of Bunny Folger. And it was so perfect that we opened hearing like Oliver supposedly interviewing a witness that saw Bunny's murder, only to find out that said interviewee is really Bunny's pet bird. I was like, we are just off and running with the perfect quirkiness of this show.
And they're just trying to imitate her voice, trying to get the bird to even say, okay, who's the murderer? Who's the murderer? Like, oh my goodness.
It's like, stop it. You are not really trying to get this bird to confess. Like, like we need to really do something. Even Mabel's like, we need to do something productive here. This is ridiculous. And speaking of, how great were their like impersonations of Bunny? Like, no, no, you're missing the smile that doesn't reach the dead eyes. They were killing me.
I don't know if you're murdering, stop murdering. I'm like, oh, my, just stop, just stop. And we were like, I was like debating, like, did the bird actually see the murderer? And the way how like the episode ended, you can kind of say it because it was kind of like dark in the room, but then you also see in episode 4, person had like on a ski mask, seems like a male. Who knows? Like, it's just so much. There's so much to guess. But I don't think the bird like truly knows, unless the murderer said something, and he probably could if someone's talking near the bird might overreact.
Right. And then we see later that she was just watching a movie show that actually said that line. So the bird didn't
Yeah.
really know shit. She just saw, he was just repeating something he saw on TV. But I'm not going to lie, that would be kind of dope having a pet bird that's your alarm clock like that, waking you up every morning. Would that be annoying or cool? Would you like it?
That'd be annoying. Get out of here. I hate annoying when it's my regular phone sometimes.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. It'd be cooler though if it was your pet though that you loved. Like, oh, time to wake up, bunny. Time to wake up, bunny. I think that'd be kind of dope. Time to wake up,
Uh,
one. I think
it'd be
that'd
annoying.
be that was so eerie though. Bunny waking up and one of the first things she says is, "I can't believe this is my last day," and then it really was like, oh, that was kind of spooky.
Yeah, ironic.
And as we follow her through her last day, we see that she was a hard ass, but not really the worst person in the world. Like she was just doing her best to make her way.
Exactly. I was literally, I told you, after watch this episode, I had empathy for freaking Bonnie. I felt sorry for her. And like in the previous season, I despised the guts.
Yeah, they kind of like, yeah, they showed a
Trying to
little love for her.
evict Oliver and her freaking, oh, you're violating this, you're violating that. Let's kick out the trio out of the freaking freaking building. She ain't a cranky old bitch. She is a badass.
Oh, we also see just how much she like truly loved her home, the Arconia. Like it's not going to be easy for her giving up that position as building manager.
Nah, I wasn't. Even when she was giving I'm doing that rehearsal speech, she was tearing up and I'm like, I hope during the whole thing she's not gonna regret giving it up and boom.
Yeah, she's not ready to do it. I love how they show New Yorkers showing love. Like fuck you, fuck you. That just seemed to hit home. I think that's exactly how it probably is.
That's how we say, hey, how you doing? You know?
But who was that calling Bunny, harassing her about selling the painting?
That's the big question. Who was it? And I'm thinking that's probably the same person that met her in the pickle diner. That Ivan once said, "Hey, even though I wasn't here, someone who covered my shift said that they saw you with a friend." She was like, "Oh, that's not a friend."
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the almost the same thing, unless it could be like two different people. Like one could be about the painting, and one could be the murderer.
Oh, okay, or it could be one and the same, like I said. I don't know. I like how that touched up. I love how she brought up that window that Oliver's son broke. She's like, "How the fuck did she know?"
She's a witch.
That was so good. It's like Bunny knows all. You ain't creeping nothing by this woman. Also love how they touched on like Mabel, her calling her a cranky old bitch line, and her saying, "Yeah, I knew that I'd end up regretting that." Like I said at the time, like I thought that was just a tad over the line. So I'm glad they brought that back up. Bunny saves the day in the elevator and realizes that she hates the heat. So it looks like she's not about moving to Florida. No way. So she's staying right here in New York. Like old boy said, like she's gonna die. Her and their lifetimer, their lifers. She's gonna die at the Arconia. And then
Yeah.
she did, like another one, just sick little sideways callback to it.
Die in Arconia, and they're gonna bury her, and during the summer they're gonna like smell her rotting corpse.
Showing that New York love again. Oh man, just keeping it too real. She walks into her place to find a surprise party, but it soon turns into an unretirement party as Bunny decides she is not ready to step down yet. And this certainly gives a very pregnant and hormonal tenant like motive to take Bunny out. You think Nina really was the killer at this time?
At one point, I actually did, or she did like a Lannister move. I had hired someone else to do it. I don't know at
Yeah.
that point. And then the next episode came. I'm like, oh shoot, maybe not.
It looks
But
like
I was really keen that she had a hand in it.
and it looks like our crew was on the same wavelength because they just elevated Nina to the number one suspect. And Oliver
Mm.
is so proud of like how much better he's getting at this since Tim Kono's murder. Like he is such a sociopath. Like doesn't even care about the murder aspect, just his take on it on being able to direct a podcast about
Of course.
it. Boy is nuts. And Bunny hears our crew celebrating and decides it's time to bring them a bottle of Old Bubbly and maybe even join in on the celebration. But the past has been bumpy to say the least, so our crew just kind of grabs the bottle and gives her a hoodie and wishes her well on her way.
That was wrong. I was like, wow, you're not gonna invite her in, and before he like maybe like regret it, she starts crying and thing, then she vanishes. I'm like, dang. If only you invited her in, you could have saved her life. Or
Oh,
just delayed her death.
right. And even I mean Charles, of course, the only good one to even realize that. Like we see like Charles is the best. He was literally the only one that gave a second thought about that, like how they could have saved her life with a simple act of kindness, but couldn't do it. But yeah, that was so awkward. Poor Bunny just left out on the front stoop crying like that, not being invited in. That was ruthless. Ugh, our crew had no heart. But then we see as they head to the roof, what looks like to be the would-be killer gets off just as they get on, and she gets off on that same floor heading towards Bunny's apartment. So missed it by that much. Like that was pretty close. Oh,
Mhm.
you think if they were still there, the murderer would have just stayed on the floor, would have got off anyway, or was it just time for Bunny to die?
No, I still think the murder would have got off, but it seemed like the murderer had like a ski mask or something on, so you still wouldn't have seen who the murderer was.
Oh, that'd have been real weird seeing somebody get off an elevator with a ski mask on. That's
I
not.
mean, it is still like the winter time, so it's not.
Yeah, but inside the building, I don't know. Oh, Jake says he doesn't think that they understood that she wanted to come in. They're like, they did. They had a little conversation about it, a little huddle behind the door, but and none of them really were trying to kick it with her because she's always so miserable. So, and I mean, Mabel already acting bad that he calling her names and stuff, and seeing that she's not really all that bad. Oh, poor Bunny. Oh, so that was episode 3. We got just a few quick trivia questions to see if anybody remembers about the show. If you know these answers, write them in the comment section down below, or if you're watching now, put them in the chat box. What was the date that Bunny died?
March 12th.
Oh, knocking it out easy. Quick and simple. In the opening scene, which one of our heroes was wearing a scarf?
What the hell?
I knew it. With this one. I was like, I gotta think outside the box. This is getting too
Who
easy.
was wearing a scarf? I'm gonna go with Oliver.
You got a 1 in 3 shot. Ding, ding, ding. Well done. Well done. You got a 1 in 3 shot and you nailed it. It was indeed Oliver. What did Bunny tell the waiter to buy with the massive tips that she left him?
There's a DJ system?
Absolutely, the DJ equipment that he wanted. Look at you, 3 for 3. You gonna go 5 for 5? Let's see if he can do it, folks. How old was Oliver's son Will when he broke a window in the Arconia?
He was. Dang, how old was he? I mean, he's 10, but yeah, he was 10. He was 10.
Nice job. Look, Jake's with you. He knew it too. Oliver. It's like, I got that one. You know who's going to be wearing a scarf. It's either Mabel or Oliver. Oh, outside, Charles, but only outside. Oh, my goodness. Can he go 5 for 5, folks? Let's find out. What drink did the waiter go get for Bunny?
Damn, he got me there.
Did we get one? Did we get one?
Unless he got the champagne, but even then, I don't know what kind of champagne was it.
Nope. He said, are you asking me to go get you this? He's like, you finally hear me.
Oh, that was iced tea.
Oh, there it is. The clue got him there, folks. It was tea. The clue got him there. Well done, you. Bingo bango. We're going to give you the full 5 for 5. Nicely done, sir. That was awesome. Oh, man. Yeah. Or did you just reach Jake because Jake had it down there already?
Nah, because that was like during that whole speech about, oh, if you're, don't hold on to like one thing, because if you lose that one thing, it's, going to be, you have nothing. Then he was like, so you want more iced tea? Oh, now you're listening.
Nicely done. Oh, bada boom, bada bing. Gonna keep it moving. Only Murders in the Building, Season 2, Episode 4. Here's Looking at You. And we open with a flashback of Charles and little Lucy and the adorable little song that they used to sing together. And seeing that kind of made me sad for him, knowing how much he misses her, like all the way down to always going out and buying eggs for him to just make an omelet a day to throw away.
Yeah, and I could truly see now within this episode, the relationship between Charles and Mabel. And even within these scenes, you would see how the camera pans to Charles, Lucy, and Maple, back and forth, back and forth. And she's like, "Oh, I lost my father at a young age," and that would be a crazy twist. This whole time, Charles is her father.
Pitta putta, isn't it? Pitta putta, pitta putta. Yeah, if we find out that he's the real dad. But no, because we find out, like, yeah, she's had a few, and yeah, he was just one of the many. So I don't think he's the real dad. I think he was.
No, I mean Maple. Like Maple, Charles is actually Maple's father.
Oh, if we find out that.
Yeah, that would be
He wouldn't
crazy.
be able to leave it like that. I can't see that happening. But maybe a drunken night at a rap party.
I mean, he did say that he like. Did he sleep with Bonnie or something? Like he was
Oh,
like
he
kiss
just
on the
kissed her.
cheek,
Yeah.
and then it turned into on the mouth,
Oh,
and then one thing led to another, and he could have slept with Bonnie,
no,
and that could have been his sister.
I think he was just talking about making out with her like a Luke Leia situation. I don't think he went all the way. But yeah, what a creepy thought. That's just too much. But at least it's nice to see that he seems to be back in communication with her. And I also liked how it touched on how frustrating talk text can be. He kept missing what he was trying to say to her, and he kept
Yeah,
that
first
was
he feels like Bill Dirks, even though it's supposed to be Still Works and something else. I'm like, oh my gosh.
it can totally be like that sometimes. I'm like, it's so aggravating. Oh, gotta love that technology. And all the while, and all the wine and champagne that they be drinking in this show kind of had me wondering, like, I wonder how many scenes were actually filmed drunk.
It could have been.
So I was like, literally, like, I'm gonna start looking for that. And then I swear, as soon as I thought of that, the very next scene was Charles walking in, or should I say, staggering onto the Bravo set. I was like, he is drunk right there. That's probably where he's wearing those dark ass sunglasses. I was like, he is literally drunk right there. Like he wasn't even walking straight. Oh man, I was like, they are definitely buzzed up on set filming these scenes, having too much fun. But he walks on set and everybody's like all ready to get to work, and he just goes into this long, drawn out speech, like so glad to be there, and like, Charles, read the room. Nobody is trying to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And as expected, the studio's already messing with his character. Like the producer said, they would have a few changes, like nothing major. Just now you're in a wheelchair with a touch of dementia. Nothing major. I was like, oh shit, we saw this coming.
That was messed up. But at least they have like a reason because the whole case. They just want to cover their ass. That's still messed up though.
That was. And just when Charles is about to lose it, he goes back to his trailer and finds none other than Lucy there waiting for him. I was like, oh. I was like, that was pretty tight. I was like, nice to see a little father-daughter moment. It was like finally get to see him win one. And poor Will, like nervous about his first directing debut, calling on his dad for help. And when he actually needs his dad for a favor, Papa just can't be bothered, just nowhere to be found. Dude, I'm telling you, Oliver is just not a good person.
He is. He is. He's like, just give him some time. Just give him some
Oh,
time.
man,
Have him like have an epiphany moment.
this man is 70 some years old. Give him some time. Are you kidding me? This man is who he is. It was funny to see him like have to share the elevator with a man he got arrested. Like you just knew this day was coming, but
I would not get in that elevator. I don't care. He's like, oh, get coming. Like, no, no. I'll take the damn stairs, man.
just awkward. Yeah, that was messed up. When he said, "So, how was prison?" I was dying.
Of course he would ask.
I was like, "Are you kidding me with this guy? He just has none." Oh, Charles is excited Lucy has come to visit, but for some reason he just cannot relate at all with her. So he asked Mabel to get some info on why she's come, but shouldn't Charles just chill and be happy that she's there?
True, but again, like you said, like he barely understands it. Remember at one point he texted her bet? He was like, bet?
What?
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy. So funny to see Mabel get leveled by Lucy, though. Like, yeah, you want to make old jokes, like then Lucy just slams her with all the latest kids speak. Show her,
Exactly.
like, you are not so young yourself anymore. You better chill with all that. Like Mabel was quick to be ready to give that $200 back. I'm out of my league and feeling older by the second. Please get back in here. Oh, while making breakfast, Lucy pulls a bloody knife from the block, and Oliver says, "Please tell me you butchered a pig in your kitchen last night." And of course, it's the murder weapon. Like, oh man, like,
That's crazy. So far, the murderer has left. Well, we don't know truly how it happened. Bonnie's body was in Maple's apartment. You have the painting in Charles' apartment, and now, and also you have the knife that's also in Charles' apartment, but it's the knife belonging to Oliver. He's literally pinning like a bunch of stuff on the whole trio.
yeah, that's crazy. Oliver's not a bad person, just a little unethical, but he plays by the rule. Ah, there's a little inside by Jake. That's amazing. Oh, that's more amazing than anybody will ever know. That is awesome. Howard comes in to remind us that Nina is supposed to be our prime suspect. And are we buying it at all at this point that she really is going to be the killer?
I thought so. Even when they were like, in the whole secret pathways and listening and eavesdropping. At that point, I was like, okay, is she really the murderer or just, a red herring at that point? Especially with her husband. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's even her husband. I think that's her baby daddy.
Right, exactly. And then Charles, of course, doesn't want Lucy anywhere near this. Like, understandably, he doesn't want her getting involved, but soon realizes she could be a real asset when she shows him a secret passage in his home that he never knew about. How creepy would that be? Live someplace for 20 years and then find out there's a secret passage where people were creeping on you the whole time?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, I moved out instantly.
Right? Like, that's just too much. Like, somebody's been spying on you this entire time. Like, that is just creepy as hell. But I love how Mabel said these hallways were made for like peeping pervs, and then it immediately goes to Oliver saying, "Ooh, let me see." I was just like, this man. Oh, while crawling through the walls like rats, they hear Nina's baby daddy saying, "That's why Bunny had to go." And like, did he just confess to the murder?
That's what I assumed. And then you kind of see it was like it's like a male was the one. So I don't know if it was him in the ski mask or just him. If it was, maybe he was just trying to scare Bonnie or something.
Did we see a ski mask?
That's what I assume. I don't know. Maybe it's just my mind playing tricks on me.
While spying on Teddy, Oliver sees the softer side of him, and he weeps as when he fights with his son. And you think these two are going to be able to kiss and make up after all that's happened?
Talking about Teddy and the son.
No, Teddy and Oliver.
I want to say no.
I'm gonna say no. That's a lot to come back from. Why did Mabel give Nina a wet tennis ball?
That was I think that was Winnie's tennis ball. And then she had to like wash it off.
Just like,
That's
why?
what I'm thinking. Because all that stuff was literally belonging to Winnie, I believe. Like the towel was Winnie's. The tuna, the vegan tuna, I think that was like, dog food. And a tennis ball, I think that was what freaking Winnie would always like chew on, so she just like washed it off.
Oh, that's
That
amazing.
whole basket was like Winnie's. I think the only thing that wasn't was probably the baby oil. Unless they used to be, unless Winnie, unless for some reason Oliver uses baby
Oh,
oil on Winnie.
keeping Winnie soft and supple. I'm telling you, that was too much. Oh, that's
It was
amazing.
on a second watch through. I like realized that wait a minute, majority of that basket is like belongs to Winnie.
Jake says he saw a ski mask too. That's funny.
Aha! So it was a
I don't
ski
remember seeing
mask.
that. I don't remember that part. That's awesome. I don't remember seeing. Or are you talking about when he was actually murdered? Yeah, I don't remember seeing that.
Because in this episode, I don't think we see it until this episode when Lucy, recounts like what happens, but she doesn't tell Charles though. She
Oh,
tells
and the hallway
Charles like,
there.
"Yo,
Yeah.
be careful."
Right.
And then Charles is like, "Well, it's like the second person, put in a cab, and they know more than me." And she still doesn't say anything. Like, come on now.
Yeah, what was that about? How are you not going to tell this man by this point? You got murderers walking around and you're not going to say anything? Like,
We
is she
say
gonna
like,
call her?
"Hey, the murderer knows about the secret passages," and you just literally introduce your father and crew to the secret passages. Uh, that's like one thing you should know. Like,
That's insane. It's just like Howard. Like, why didn't you tell me? It's like, I wanted to see how the podcast ended up. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is
mhm.
some information I could have used.
And Oliver told them how which McCullough gave then give him the black eye. I'm like shit, because I was wondering like, okay, did he really get the black eye from the hide and seek with his cat? But nope,
Of course not.
wasn't.
He was lying. You just knew when Oliver yelled "spill it," Nina's water was going to break. Like,
Hmm.
they weren't going to miss that trope. Well, having contractions, we hear basically that Nina is indeed not the murderer and wants 5 minutes in a room with them once they do catch him. Did she just say that to throw him off her trail? Maybe.
No, I think she's being honest in the whole labor.
Money that was just pure honesty.
Hmm.
So Oliver trying to be hip, don't be a stranger, dog, and Mabel having to tell him again, just don't ever say that. Oh, love it together. Lucy was mad at Charles for taking so long to finally reach out and text her, but her fingers weren't broken. Like she even still had a key to his place. Like she could have called too, or is that just 100% the adult's responsibility? Because the mom had said no contact. But like, should he have just ignored her wishes?
I would ignore it. Get out of here. You literally during that whole cruise, like literally took the kid and then freaking left me, and I had that all that freaking Disney thing set up. Fuck out of here. I'm still gonna get in contact. I would still say hello and see if the kid like responded.
There you
Then again, it's a kid, but no, I still would have because it's at least just to say hello and how you're doing at least. And the
go.
kid doesn't want to talk to you, then it's like okay, at least I've said like my farewells because it doesn't seem like he said any farewells.
No, he
Like
never got
ever
to.
since that like cruise thing, like that was it.
Yep. That's why he's still making omelets every day and just throwing it away because he doesn't have that closure.
Yeah.
So, or maybe he was right to wait 8 years because she's still pretty young. So maybe he was right to wait 8 more years so she's old enough to make her own decision. So maybe he waited the perfect time to reach out. But it just hit me in all. I don't know. It hit me in all the feels when Lucy told him out of all her dads, Charles was by far her favorite. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it really was.
Then speaking of daddy moments, Oliver finally took time out of his not so busy schedule to have one with his son. Like, oh my
Hmm.
God.
Especially because after what he heard for what freaking happened with Teddy and Theo,
Yeah,
talking about it was speechless, kind of compared to like when Darth Vader took off his helmet.
he was getting all in his feels. And as Charles was saying goodbye to Lucy, like we said, she almost had a face to face with the real murderer. Like, again, how does she not say something or reveal that part to Charles? Like, that's just insanity.
That does tell us that possibly it could be a relative or someone that knows the secrets of the Arconian, potentially. Then again, Lucy, she discovered it. But I don't know how, by chance?
She said she discovered it playing,
Hide and seek or something, whatever.
yeah, with her friend. So is that it? Are we going to find out that her friend, they just kind of named her and didn't bring her back up? Are we going to find out that's who the murderer is?
Possibly.
How about that? You're kind of crazy. But hey, Jan's back. We see that she was the unknown caller on his phone, and it looks like he's going to ask a murderer to help solve a murder. And what a great way to end another episode. What do
When
you
I
think about
saw
that?
that, I was like, God damn it. I gotta wait like a couple of damn more days. So I can't watch it tonight because I gotta go to freaking work. Then I can't watch it tomorrow because of the whole I gotta sleep and trivia. Like, okay, I only can watch this like on possibly Sunday after I watch Avatar, maybe. So it's in between Sunday and Monday I watch next 2 episodes. I know I can't watch at work because I'll just fall asleep. I can't
Well,
stay awake during. I can't like sit and watch anything at work. Even since I'm standing, it's like end up like doing some type of work. It's ridiculous.
gotta stay up. Gotta stay up. Well, it'll give you something to look forward to, and you don't have to have it watched until next Tuesday when we'll be back on doing the next 2 episodes, 5 and 6. Oh, so that's gonna do it for us. I hope everybody. Oh no, wait, we got to knock some trivia questions out. See if anybody remembers. Actually have a few trivia questions. So yep, if you know these, write them in the chat box. If you remember, if you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. In Charles' glad to be back speech, it said this meant a lot to the United States, Canada, and what other country?
Brazil.
Oh, too easy, too easy. How long ago did Lucy say her mom's wedding was?
2 weeks ago.
Bada boom, bada bing. What did Mabel say $200 would get her on the Upper West Side?
A bagel and a soy latte.
He's too good. Absolutely too good. Oh man, why wouldn't you tell the cops on day one? Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of this didn't make sense. No, you don't ignore mom. Way to get thrown in jail. Could you really get thrown in jail just for like reaching out and saying I'm thinking of you though? I don't know if they throw you in jail for that one. But I mean, again, she is a kid, but you were her dad, so I don't know. That's kind of a gray area. She's a cute kid, great character. Helped the whole season. Oh man, yeah, I love the Lucy character so far. Had her a nail too early, but looking. In what country was Charles' song a hit?
Germany.
Absolutely.
Number 83
Number
until the
83.
Berlin Wall fell.
I got you on this one. Oh, what was Nina's baby's daddy's name?
Jarrett.
Look at you. They just slipped that one in, too. My goodness, you are just crushing it. How did Lucy know about the secret passageway? We already talked about it.
Yeah, hide and seek with a friend.
Who was the girl across the hall that Lucy used to play hide and seek with?
That I don't know.
We got one.
Now that is the question, though. It's like that could the friends of father or mother, father. Yeah, either one could be like some type of connection with Bonnie in that painting.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because it seemed like the people that are closest to Bonnie know about the painting because the other friend she has,
Bunny,
like she knows about the painting.
Right.
But Howard didn't. So you can tell like he wasn't that close to Bonnie.
That's true, yeah, because he didn't know anything about it. Old girl Uma had to come in and talk about it. Yep. What does the poster in Charles' kitchen say?
What the hell? We're looking at posters now?
We had to get one. I need to be getting too close. You gotta be thinking outside the box sometimes.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Right over Mabel's shoulder. It showed it a lot. Had 3 words on it.
Can't even guess.
He said Jamie is incorrect. Good guess, but incorrect. Oh, how many dads did Lucy say she's had?
5.
Absolutely. Oh my God, too good, too good. Oh my gosh, can I get 3? Can I knock him down to 3? How long had it been before Charles finally reached out to Lucy?
And yeah, I think you mentioned it.
I did.
8 years?
That's exactly what it was. 8 years. Only missed 2 this time. My goodness, look at you.
I'm surprised you didn't actually what's his badge number.
Oh no, I don't even want to get that deep.
Yeah, it was like 68-19.
It's like I had that too. Don't think I didn't. That's amazing. Oh man, but yep, that's gonna do it for us. Absolutely loving this season. Like I said, so far.
Oh, and he literally makes like 200 grand a year because of that freaking Angel and flip flops.
And royalties for the
yeah, I'm like, what the hell? And then Oliver was like, what?
He said, you sold it to who? Absolutely.
Just think about it. Since Brazos wasn't like that popular and stuff and being replayed, I'm guessing like, how's he getting all this money and crap? So it's like it's all that stuff from that flip flop thing. Like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely, 200 grand a year making it happen. Oh man, so that is really going to do it for us. I hope everybody's enjoying the series as much as we are. We're definitely going to be back on next Tuesday, knocking out episodes 5 and 6. So I hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing week, and it only gets better from here. Until we see you Tuesday. Be easy, everybody.
Do I deliver or do I deliver?